When you record a podcast with a child.
Oh, I'm a child.
My child is under the table. I'm not even talking about you.
Calling me out.
I was talking about London because she's grabbing my leg under the table.
Me out. I feel like you're calling me out.
Oh, sh.
Welcome to the Strong by Choice podcast, where our purpose is to inspire women to be bold about their intentions and to take massive action working towards their goals in all areas of life.
Strong by Choice, episode 20. Oh.
Hey guys.
Sorry.
So we're going to start this episode off by talking about how strong I am.
No, but yeah.
No, but real life. So I'm like 16 weeks out from my next powerlifting meet. And my next meet is nationals. So I competed last in April. Was it April 6th?
Yeah.
And I'm not doing an in-between meet. But, so around this time last year, I actually had this weird incident happen where I developed an aversion to meat.
I was say food aversion, right?
Yeah, it was weird. So I was vegan for most of the second half of last year from like
the whole damn time.
I did from like May until December.
Mm-hmm.
But and then after my meet in December, I decided to try eating meat again, and for some reason, it just worked. But anyways, I noticed such a drastic change in my body, and especially in my workouts when I'm eating meat. And that's not to say that you can't be a vegan and be a good power lifter or a bodybuilder or whatever the case may be. So don't try to come at me right now. But I personally, it's hard for me to get enough protein when I was on my vegan diet. So I'm feeling real strong right now.
Big strong.
And this was my deload week. So we do like a heavy single on this week. And like my squat at 315 was like a 0 RPE.
Hey.
Which is rating of perceived exertion, which means it was real easy.
Real easy. Okay.
Yeah. And my bench press been coming up. Which,
I noticed. I saw that. I was like, okay.
All my sets got the big girl place on it now.
Yes.
It took me a while to get here.
Uh-huh.
So I'm really excited about the big strong that I'm getting right now.
And I think that would be like a good thing to touch on too. Like when people have like this bad conception of like health and fitness, especially like, oh, I'm gonna get this done in this short amount of time. I have this big old leap. And like,
are you cursing at me?
No, I'm not.
Because if I want to get stronger one day, I can. I'm just playing. I don't have a lot of patience though, and I think she's trying to call me out a little bit. But,
I literally am not. Okay.
But yeah, I
Get
feel
your
like
hand away from me.
First of all, this is my table.
First off, I feel like you got all that. I feel like you can be like
my
right
arms
here.
are long. Stop, my hand's sweaty.
No,
you see?
Ew, they are.
I'm really hot right now. I don't know. I'm just hot. But anyways.
I just feel like you're too close now. Stop touching me. Damn.
When you record a podcast with a child.
Oh, I'm a child.
My child is under the table. I'm not even talking about you.
Calling me out.
I was talking about London because she's grabbing my leg under the table.
Me out. I feel like you're calling me out.
Oh, sh.
That's how we handle conflict in my house.
Yo, wait. See, if I would have grew up with a whole bunch of brothers, I would have known like that was coming. Dang.
All right, can we get back on topic? But yeah, I'm getting real strong right now. But this is gonna segue into the actual topic today, which is nutrition. Oh, my eyes are watering. I laughed too hard.
My neck hurts, Susan. I'm about to be mad now. I'm about to be mad. No, I'm about to be mad. That's real hurt. Like you have no idea in my mind. I'm like, am I about to try a throat chopper too? Like, what is that going to
just
turn?
make sure you don't hit my mic. We could do it afterwards.
All right, Solomon. Okay. From now on, I'm going to be talking to you. I will not. You will be the person in between. All right, go ahead.
Are my eyes red?
wouldn't know. Solomon, is Susan's eyes red? Are her eyes red?
He's not close enough. Don't look at my eyebrows, though.
It's not red. You tan though. I didn't realize you was tan.
Oh, man, we went to the beach on Monday.
Yo,
All right,
you
we
was
gonna-
crispy like a turkey bacon.
Bruh, look at my damn shoulder.
No,
Look-
she
look
looking kind of leathery right now.
Yeah, it hurt too.
Ooh.
I've been putting on aloe vera. Like my skin is. That's probably why I'm sweating. My skin is burnt.
Oh.
I'm exuding heat right now. All right.
All right, sorry.
All right. So getting back on topic, I'm feeling real strong right now, but a lot of this has to do with my nutrition. And like I said, not to say that you can't be vegan and feel strong or anything like that, but I don't think a lot of people realize how important it is to eat consistently and to eat for your goals. And not only in the aspect of your workouts and your fitness level, but just your overall energy throughout the day. So a lot of people come into Better Bodies who come in for like weight loss. They tell me like they only eat 1 or 2 meals a day and they can't understand why they feel so crappy. But if you're only eating 1 or 2 meals a day, and then your blood sugar is at negative, and you finally eat something, and you're eating something crappy with a bunch of carbs in it, so then you spike up, you get a bunch of energy, and then you crash right back
And
down.
your hormone levels get all whacked too. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna feel like crap.
Yep.
And it makes it harder to concentrate. It makes it harder to have any kind of energy throughout the day. So not only talking about your workouts and muscle development, which is also really important if you're trying to be swole, which is, I feel like, the number one goal of anyone in life, or it should be at least. Don't roll your eyes at me.
First off, it wasn't an eye roll.
I thought you weren't looking at me anymore.
Cut that out. Cut that part out.
Don't leave it in. Oh, she getting mad. But it's super important to make sure you take care of yourself as far as your health and really with your nutrition. And I know, Desiree, you said you've been more on point with your nutrition lately too, and you feel like you've been getting stronger with your lifts. You had that week where you're like,
Yeah.
kind of at a plateau.
Because I noticed, like, when I was consistent on making sure I was eating, and we always recommend to everybody, and I was eating, my sweet spot is every 3 to 4 hours.
Yep.
And I was making sure that every time I ate something was protein in there, a vegetable. Not when I was, at one point I kept eating like these little breakfast burritos because they had the protein, but then I had to stop because it wasn't helping me with my workouts.
Yeah.
But when I noticed that I was eating more consistently, it really helped with my lifts. And then when I wasn't, I was like, yo, why am I not able to lift this? Like, I've been able to lift it before. Why is it so bad? And then I'm like, okay, I have to check my nutrition. And ever since I've been making sure I've been back on it, my lifts have been a lot better. And I would say, especially if you're struggling with nutrition and you really want to like make that change, I would say, not saying that you have to lift heavy, but definitely following a workout regimen and seeing how my body is affected from working out. It helps me to really realize the importance of what nutrition and what food is really here for. Not simply for pleasure, but really to help your body recover and help your body function properly. And I even before I started getting into powerlifting or really getting to a good solid exercise regimen, one of my first steps are noticing the importance of nutrition is, like Susan said, it affected my energy level, but for me personally also it affected my thoughts too. Like, I noticed when I was eating really crappy, I would have way more negative thoughts. I would see more negative situations or negative scenarios. Like, I wasn't able to see as clearly like the brighter side of things, or even able to, like, if I was in a certain situation, even able to like map out a right plan to how to overcome it. And then I started to see, like, when I was eating better, whether it's because I was eating consistently and also what my consistency was comprised of, my mood was a lot better. So
I have a theory for that too.
Tell me about it.
So I feel like if you have any kind of self-esteem issue or like emotional eating, connection to emotional eating, so if you're eating a bunch of crap, you feel like you've kind of already given up on yourself. So it doesn't matter what else you're doing for the day, you've already given up. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to try to overcome the situation. I'm already here. I'm just trying to get through it. So, and I always say this to clients, like, what you eat for breakfast matters because it kind of sets the tone for the day. So I always recommend doing your workout early and making sure you eat breakfast and making sure you have a good breakfast because you, like you said in the last podcast, you set the tone for the whole day.
Yeah.
So when you start off making good decisions, you start off putting good things in your body, it makes you want to continue that pattern because you've already put in that effort and you set the tone for the whole day. So again, if you're putting in crappy things and you already feel like, well, it doesn't matter, it's not worth it to try, you're going to carry that same attitude towards other things you're doing in the day, in your actions and your workout and whatever work. And that's why with Better Bodies, I feel like I always say this, but everything is connected. Your mental health, your nutrition, your workouts, you can't take care of one area and not take care of the others.
Right.
Because without that balance, something is going to fall off eventually. And the things that you do, the way that you act with your workout and with your health, those same habits, that same energy you put there, it reflects in your work life.
Yes.
And that's what I always say, athletes make the best employees or the best workers, because they have that work ethic. They know the importance of putting in the work and the development.
Yo, that is big facts.
People always want to hire athletes.
That's big facts. Because the other day I was talking with Susan and I was like, I'm not an athlete. She was like, that's right, yes you are. And I'm like, and that actually, I had a more of a self-realization, like I really am. Like I lift heavy stuff. You know how I always say, like, I just do stuff. Like I do stuff and I never think about what I'm doing until afterwards. Like I always think it's very minuscule, like it doesn't matter.
Celebrate it.
You're right, celebrating it. But it does, like, when and I told you this before, I don't think I told you this before, but like now with me being a powerlifter and knowing like the work that it takes to make sure that I'm reaching my goals and I'm always progressing. I take that same.
If you're not a powerlifter, it's a lot of work to be consistent. When you get to certain points in your workout in the volume phase, your workouts can take up to 2 hours, sometimes more. And then if you have a kid running around the gym, which often we do, it can take even longer. So it is a lot of work to consistently find 2 hours 4 or 5 times a week, especially if you're trying to add like extra accessories or things like that.
It's tiring.
And it's not something you can prepare for in a month and 2 months. Like it literally can take you a year to prepare to actually be, competitive. So you're an athlete. The work that you put in to get to that level, the amount of energy, the planning, you're an athlete.
Yeah, and then I apply, like you were saying, I apply that same ethic. Like when I'm going through something, I feel like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can do it. I think about how I prepare myself when I'm powerlifting and everything. Like I'll even have a moment where, like when the last episode, when I said before I go home or something like that, or whenever I'm doing any kind of task, I take a deep breath in, like how I do when I'm about to lift something, and it helped. It helped. And then for me, I'm very big on, like you said, how when it comes to nutrition and your health, it's not just all about your body, it's your mind, your emotion, your spirit, and all that stuff. It's all connected. Whatever thought process I might have, I try to take that same thought process or feeling that I gather in a certain situation, and I'm like, okay, again, me being me, this is like a certain energy vibration, a certain energy frequency or signature, so I can take that same thing and apply it into a different area of my life. Right. So if I have like this big thing, like when it comes to powerlifting, like I know, like no matter what, I put it on the rack, I pick it up, I put it down. I can do the same thing when it comes to me even interacting with my daughter, or me doing something else with a lending ear or Better Bodies, because I'm like, it's the same thing, and you can take it and apply it to someplace else. And when you're able to start making those connections, even when it comes to nutrition, like, okay, every single day you get into a certain headspace when you go to work. And if you're struggling with your nutrition, you can do the same thing with your nutrition. We make it where it's two separate things, but it's really not. You can apply that same kind of ethic that you do for work when it comes to your health and your nutrition and with your fitness. And when you're able to connect those two, then it doesn't feel like such a task to make sure that you're eating every 2 to 3 hours. It doesn't feel like such a task when you're making sure that you're working out every 2 to 3 times a week. And then when you really think about it with your nutrition or working out, I mean, it really isn't taking that much time out of your week or your day. And when you think of the grand scale of like how it really is beneficial to you, and again, it goes into like making sure, like understanding what investing in yourself is and looks like. It's not always going on vacation.
Looking at the long-term goal of it too. You're not going to get that immediate gratification. Right. You're not going to lose weight after one meal. You're not going to feel strong after one meal. But consistently over time, at the end of the week, you're going to feel better. And even like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I just felt so fatigued and I felt off. And so I committed. I was kind of off with my eating for a while. I wasn't eating nearly as much or as often as I should have been. And I finally got back on track about 2 weeks ago. And I've been eating consistently every 3 to 4 hours. And I mean, I've been telling myself I'm not tired too. That was my other thing. I've been telling myself every time I think that I'm tired, you're not tired. Mm-hmm. You slept last night. You're not tired. Mm-hmm. But my energy has been so much better over the past week.
Yeah.
And as I'm not going to say it's annoying, but I don't necessarily always feel like sitting there and putting all my food in my containers and counting out my macros, because I'm also following a meal plan. I'm trying to get my weight back down. So I got my scale and I got my measuring cups, and every morning it probably takes me 30 minutes to plan out my meals for the day, because I want to make sure I'm getting the right macros in it for everything. So it's a little more work than probably for the average person.
Right.
But either way, like, my workouts are going great. I feel strong. I feel more focused. Mm-hmm. I don't feel that tired. I don't feel that fatigue. So it's worth it.
Right. And again, while you were talking, I was just thinking, I'm like, you know, you have to think about, like you said, what you're actually, why you're doing it, what's the goal that you have in mind. And also know that sometimes you'll mess up. Susan has been powerlifting and has been an athlete her whole life, and she's sitting here saying like, hey, I fell off my nutrition. But the important thing is to get back up again and start over. And even for me, like, when it comes to my nutrition, it's always been like a struggle for me. But like beforehand, if I fell off my diet, it'll be like months until I get it back on track. But now it's like I fall off my diet and my nutrition, like, all right, I'm back at it in like a few weeks, maybe 3 weeks at the top, because I have like, okay, I have this in mind. I know what I need to do. I've already done before, so I know I'm capable of doing it. And I think that's where a lot of people start to fall off when it comes to their nutrition, because they don't always think they're capable of doing it, especially if they're in a certain spot in their health, especially if you're super overweight or you're suffering from some kind of chronic disease.
Or they go into it too hard and then try to completely restrict themselves and say, well, I'm not going to have any of X, Y, and Z. And it could be things that like they love. So then as soon as you tell yourself you can't have something, you want it.
Yep.
So it's also more so about creating a balanced lifestyle and not trying to diet or trying to put any crazy restrictions on yourself.
Having boundaries with yourself.
Yeah, if you've been eating this way for a long time, it's not going to happen overnight. Focus on taking out one thing at a time. Focus on eating your meals consistently. But if you've been having a glass of wine every night for 30 years, give yourself a little wiggle
give yourself
room.
A break. Yeah, maybe
cut it down to 5 nights, and then the next week do 3 nights. But don't think you're going to change. You're not going to lose all the weight you gained over the past 10 years in a week. Just don't even put that pressure on yourself. And again, it's more about the long-term results of it. When you focus on how you feel rather than how you look, the look is going to come with it. As long as you're consistent over time, you're gonna get the look you want. But really just focus on how you feel every day, because you're going to feel better before you really see a difference, because you see yourself in the mirror every day. So it's already hard for you to see those results as you go day to day.
Yeah.
Also take pictures, that's important.
Yeah.
But again, just really focus on, the little things, the way you feel, the way your energy, you're able to do this with your kid. And as you said, celebrate the little victories. Today I didn't have to press snooze. I got up on the first alarm.
Hey. I'm telling you, man. Yes. Hey, that's good.
Yeah. I came home from work today and I was able to walk the dog and play with the kid, and I walked up 4 flights of stairs without having to take a breath. It's the little things like that actually matter and that improve your quality of life. It really doesn't matter if you have a 6-pack.
Yeah, and then I was just talking to a young lady yesterday during a consultation, and I said, like you said, you need to meet yourself where you're at. I'm the type of person, like, I can't cut anything out, because if I cut something out, especially if something I enjoy, if I cut it out totally, and
you're going to rebel.
Yeah, I'm going to automatically rebel, because then all of a sudden I'm going to have a craving, and I'm going all the way in, like deep diving in that mother joker, right? And I'm like, all right, so like you said, if I'm the type of person who like to have a glass of wine every evening, and matter of fact, she was actually one who had a glass of wine every night.
The lady I've talked to today, she has a beer every night, and I was like, we're gonna work on that.
We're gonna work on it. Yeah. And so again, it's about knowing exactly who you are and where you're at, and being kind with yourself in the process that you'll go through. And sometimes if you don't feel like eliminating anything at your life right now, that's fine, but add something into your life. Yeah. So if you typically, let's say for dinner, you typically are just like a meats and potatoes type of person, go ahead and add some greens in there. So a salad, some green beans, some peas, some kind of vegetable. And then over time, you'll start to notice, like, okay, you start pulling back on those extra carbohydrates or going out to eat as much. Start incorporating some stuff into it beforehand, because sometimes, like you said, if I feel like I'm taking something away, you feel like I feel like I'm losing out on something, then I'm going to rebel.
A lot of times it's easy for people to to add in exercise and then try to change their diet later. One of the trainers we actually had, she struggled with her diet a lot, and it took her a long time to get into like a good health routine. And she was like, honestly, like I don't even want to change my diet right now. I'm glad that I'm able to be consistent with my workouts. Oh, that fruit fly. I'm glad that I'm able to be consistent with my workouts. And then it took her like 3 or 4 months, and then she started to pull back on her drinking, and then she started to add in breakfast and things like that. And not like she wasn't overweight or anything, but she knew that she wanted a certain look for her body.
And I'm not even and then not even like she said, look, I'm not about to change my nutrition. Be honest with yourself.
Be honest
if
with
you
yourself.
That's the first step. It's like you gotta be like, hi, my name is Desiree, and I ain't getting rid of my Reese's sticks, whatever it may be. You know, and then I always tell the ladies when they come in, like, if you know you have a certain food or a certain craving. As a matter of fact, I just did a mindful session when we were talking about overcoming emotional eating. But if you have like a certain food or certain craving that you know that you like to have, plan your day around that, especially if something that's like higher in calories or something like that. Plan your day around it. Like if you know you're gonna go to Chick-fil-A and get yourself a number one with the lemonade, that's cool. But make sure for the rest of the day, either beforehand or afterwards, your meals that you're taking in can balance out that meal or that certain food that you had.
One bad meal or one bad item isn't going to make or break you for the day. And as long as you're balanced with your calories for the rest of the week, you can still lose a pound at the end of the week having a bad meal here, accidentally having a donut here, drinking a soda there. It's overall about that energy balance.
And if you're trying to get out sort of sparkling water, Deer Park, now they have this nice vanilla lemon. Like, this saved my life. Well, not saved my life, but like I love me some sparkling water, and this is a great flavor. Deer Park, sponsor me.
Somebody pay her.
Yes.
But I don't want that. I'll take a protein sponsorship though.
Yes. And pre-workout. We looking for all kinds of sponsorship.
Oh, lit.
Yes.
Where the lit at? Let's put the lit right here.
You know, and next time we gotta make sure. This would have been a great episode for that. Why didn't we do that?
Oh no. Lit, we need you.
Yes, man.
Can we get like 2 cases a month or something like that?
Oh my God.
You know, our clients love it too.
Our clients really
we spend a lot of money with lit.
We do. I mean, we go through like a jar within maybe like a week.
Yeah.
You know, we just always there. Lit. GNC. Holler at us, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Plug us. But yeah. So it's really important to make sure you're taking care of yourself. Your nutrition is so important. Again, not just for working out, not just for the aesthetics of it, but really for the way you feel, your energy, and all of that. So once you make that decision that you're ready to change, and then being consistent with it, it carries over into every other area of your life. So make sure that, you know, you're really taking it serious and not just, I want to lose weight, I want a 6-pack, but really understanding about the feeling behind it and what you want to accomplish. And I think that'll help you stay on track long term and see some results short term as well.
Yes.
Anything you want to add, Saray?
Love yourself. Know that it's always worth it in the end, and know that anything that you want to go after, you got to put the effort into it. Even when it comes to your nutrition, make time for yourself every day to make sure you focus on that. If that's something that's a big ticket item on your list of to-do things. And
I got one thing to add.
Yeah.
Something that has helped me, because I do forget to eat. I'm using this app now.
Oh yeah.
Renaissance Periodization. I did one of their templates before when I was cutting for my last meet, and they have an app now. It does cost a little bit of money, but it's worth it. But man, this junk is so annoying. It'll remind you like 30 minutes before you're supposed to eat, and it'll keep sending you reminders and like, did you eat? And it'll show you like your compliance. You have to check your food in, and then you have to like check up if you did the meal or not, and it shows you your compliance like with your meals every day.
Oh yeah, man, everything.
And so that junk is annoying, but
it's helping you stay on track.
Yeah, and it integrates with my watch, so I get no matter where I am, I get the notifications. And actually, as we're recording, it was like, did you eat your 1:30 meal? I'm like, dang, no, I didn't.
Sure did.
So as soon as we stop recording, I have to go eat my 1:30 meal. And I've been using it for like 2 weeks now, and I already lost 3 pounds.
Hey.
Which I was kind of trying to do, but I didn't expect it to happen that fast. But whatever. The junk is great. I think it's
Nice.
worth the money.
Does it give you like different foods for you to eat, or it gives you like the macros? Like
It gives you the
macros.
macros.
Uh-huh.
So you put in your height, weight, and your activity level, and then it gives you your macros, and you can put in your schedule.
Mhm.
So you put like the time you wake up, the time you go to sleep, and the time that you work out. And so it'll put like your higher carbs like before and after your workouts that day.
Okay.
And if you're not working out that day, then it'll cut your carbs, things like that.
Nice.
So
okay.
yeah, and you can put at the end of the week, you do your weigh-ins twice a week, and it'll ask you like, do you want to keep going with this? You can be more aggressive, so it can cut your calories more. Or if
Hello.
you're so you can pick the rate that you want to accelerate, and
Right at your fingertips.
yeah.
Cool.
So it's worth it. I've been eating. It's annoying, but in a good way.
Okay.
So I recommend that. If you don't like the pressure of trying to eat on time, MyFitnessPal is also a good app, and that one's free. Well, there's a
Yeah.
free version of it to just track your food to make sure you're getting enough calories throughout the day. So those are my suggestions. My child is under my feet, and she's about to lose her mind, so I think we're going to end the podcast here.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all next time.
Take care. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, and share on Facebook at Strong by Choice, and also on Instagram at Strong_by Choice.